everyone, and welcome to another Protoss video on Starcraft II by Konungr. So, PvP. Sometimes it's really fast, sometimes it's really slow. It just kind of depends. Just played a game and I think y'all will get some good information out of this one. As y'all have seen before, one of my openers that I like to use in the PvP setting is the Dark Templar opener. So I'm playing a bronze player, so he's obviously about to move up. Let's go ahead and speed this up, set this to my vision. So 9 pylon, go back 10 gateway. At 12 we start our assimilators, 13 cybernetics core, another pylon there. We've got our Twilight Council. We're trying to block this off a little bit, and so we're going to build a forge as well, just for early aggression, so we can put a cannon right there on our ramp. And our Dark Shrine got warp gate down, so there's 2 warp gates, 3 warp gates. We're actually just going to warp these units in right here as soon as that Dark Shrine, oh, I guess it already did open up. So we went in and we took out some stuff, and they have vision. I do want to see how he has vision. Okay, so he managed to get out an observer that I didn't see when I went in. Because when I went in, yeah, I kind of just skimmed by it, and while I took out a pylon, and while I was taking out the pylon, he was able to crank out an observer, which was fine. I lost one of my units, and I took out 4 of theirs. So we're going to continue on. And as you saw, when I started, okay, that's the point right there. That's when I warp in my Dark Templars. And right after I send my Dark Templars out, they're moving across the map, and I start building my Stargates for my, what I call the Golden Armada macro play. And I got 5 less probes than him, and I'm working on probe production, and here in a minute I'm also going to expand. So I go in, kind of harass him a little bit, take out a couple of his pylons and a couple of his units. He comes back with observers, so I hightail out of there, pull him back. While I was doing that, I warped in some stalkers for defense, and now I'm doing my expansion. Fill up these assimilators real quick. And we've got a pylon and a couple of cannons. What was that? Oh, he must have sent his observer down just a second ago. Yeah, so he sent an observer down to see what we were doing, and my cannons were able to spot him, and we took him out. So just check up there, make sure he's doesn't have anything up there while we're expanding and building up our army. We have our mothership core out, which we've already started to turn into the mothership core. We've got 2 Tempest, 4 Void Rays, 3 Stalkers, and 2 Dark Templar left over. And we're just steadily building up. We get out a carrier. He's about to start cranking out some interceptors. There's the interceptors, and we're expanding to our 3rd. Our main is losing minerals, so we went ahead and expanded. As you can see, we're actually doing pretty good keeping our stuff low. It's been a problem in the past for me. Steadily cranking out upgrades. I mean, we've got air weapons, shields. I didn't upgrade any of the ground weapons or armor just because I only had the 2 Dark Templar and the the stalkers, and that was just left over from my opening defense. So we've almost got a fully saturated 200 now, and those like there. So we're gonna send them up here, and we're gonna build our fourth, and we're gonna saturate it up with lots of pylons and cannons for defense. On your third and fourth, you always want to wear a cannon, because a lot of the times you can't defend that well as you're attacking, because that's about the time you're going to attack. So I've got my 200 up and ready, and before I go out, I kind of pull back and I set up my keybinds, and I set up my keybinds differently right now. I started using, because I have the Naga, so I started using 0 for my probe, my building probe, and then 9 is my oracles and my carriers, so that I can easily pop over to an oracle, hit Innovision, so I have detection, pop on over to carriers, build up any interceptors that are lost. 8 is my Tempest and my mothership, mainly because I don't really want the mothership in the battle too much. I just want to set it in the back. And so whenever I'm setting up my layout for a defense, I pull the mothership and the Tempest to the rear, so it's keeping those stealth, so they're not getting picked off, and those Tempests are just taking everything out from the rear. And then on 9, I've got my Void Rays, so I can easily go 9, prismatic alignment. I can hop over here. I've got the abilities for the mothership, and it's grouped with them, so it keeps them back and them cloaked. So I'll have them in the rear. And then on 8, I can control my oracles and replenish my carriers. So I've got that fully saturated, and I realized that I don't really have too much scouting information, so I sent a probe down, and I go ahead and take out the stalkers because I know I'm not going to need them too much. That way I can work on cranking out a couple of these lovely little phoenixes, because they're super fast and I can check out where everything is. So I'm sending them out and kind of checking around, and I put this guy on a patrol move real quick so I can see what's going on. Okay, so he's building those. We're going to pull back and get our army ready. Oracles pop on in vision so we can see any stealth units, and we just let them go. We had Void Rays, the prismatic alignment going on, and we obliterated his army. And that was a GG. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see